What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Netflix movie that was released today. That is The Mother. The Mother stars Jennifer Lopez, Gail Garcia Bernal, and Joseph Fiennes. A deadly female assassin comes out of hiding to protect the daughter that she gave up years before, while on the run from dangerous men. Now, you know me with Netflix movies. These are typically movies that you could just turn on at like 2 o'clock in the morning. If you can't sleep, and just watch it until you fall asleep, or it's just ambient background noise. And that's mostly how I feel about The Mother. But I do think there is a bit more production value here compared to many other Netflix movies that I've seen, at least the ones that I don't buy from studios. There is a deliberate effort to try and make a good movie here. I think Jennifer Lopez actually gives a solid performance. This is the type of movie I want to see her make. I don't want to see her make any of those shitty rom-coms anymore. Just put her in action movies. She does a lot of her own stunt work. It's all in camera. She looked good doing it. Didn't need a stunt double. That's what I want to see here. I want to see more female action stars be like male action stars. Do all their own stunts themselves. I like the fact that we're making some female actresses like the next Charlize Theron or next Mila Jovovich or the next Michelle Rodriguez, and that we have some more female action heroes. And Jennifer Lopez is more than up to the task here. And I think she is very subtle and quiet in her delivery as well. And I'm not saying that I think Jennifer Lopez is a good actress, but here she is fairly solid. I've seen a lot of mixed reactions on her performance in this movie. A lot of it goes from the positive spectrum to the negative spectrum. I think it's solid. I don't think it's great, but she gives enough to the role. It's just the character itself's not really all that fleshed out all that much, and nothing screenplay wise sticks out in this movie. What sticks out for me is much of the action, which is very front loaded. Sometimes with movies like this, especially Netflix movies, and the way Netflix markets these movies, is they market them to a specific demographic, and that is action fans. And that's exactly what they did with this movie. It's not as action heavy as one would expect. They market it as an action movie, but it's more of an action thriller. And I think that that's probably why I liked it, but it wasn't one of those slow moving action thrillers, where it's maybe like one or two things happen in the entire movie, and you saw all of the big action bits in the trailer, and it's one scene in the middle, and that's it. No, it's actually sprinkled throughout the movie. The second half of the movie actually is a bit more calm, and it tries to take its time to tell a mother and daughter story, and it has a slight emotional core there. So I guess you could watch this on Mother's Day with your mother. So there you go. And I won't lie when I say that I did find myself caring a little bit about Jennifer Lopez in this movie and the girl that she has to protect, who is ultimately her daughter. And she's trying to find ways to get around the fact that she is her mother, even though her daughter knows, and her daughter is adopted. So I like that aspect of the story. And when the action is in frame, the opening I thought was really good. There's this really cool snow scooter chase that reminded me of the ski chase in The World Is Not Enough. So I give it that. It gets automatic bonus points for that. I thought that that was a really good action scene, and it was all in camera, long takes, except for one action scene. There's this really good start to an action scene in Cuba. It turns from a foot chase into a car chase. And while it's all in camera, and I like seeing Jennifer Lopez doing all her own stunts in all of these action scenes, it was that one sequence in Cuba that I thought was edited pretty poorly. I'm talking like Taken 3 editing. There's a lot of quick cutting in that scene. I don't know what happened with that sequence. If there was a different editor present than the actual editor of the movie, and maybe this movie had two editors. I didn't even look it up. Who knows? I don't know what happened. That sequence, though, was the one that bothered me the most. And even though that was the one that I felt like was the most gritty and the most intense, and it really showed off Jennifer Lopez's skill, a physical skill, as to how she was going to portray this character and the physical skills that she has as an actress. And I just can't believe that the movie squandered a sequence like that for choppy editing. I wasn't really too fond of that action scene after a while. And now going back, I think the snow scooter one is better, even though it's shorter. But I do like the action. Jennifer Lopez is great in the movie. Jennifer Lopez is solid. It's got enough of an emotional core. I needed a little bit more story and character development. It turns into your typical genre cliche movie, your typical Netflix movie, where you start to predict things and they go in exactly the same way you predict them to go. Maybe some things you predict are going to happen that don't happen. And it turns it on its heel a little bit, but I would say about 80% of what you think is going to happen happens in the movie. Also, the villains are super weak. I didn't understand the motivation whatsoever. It literally made no sense. They even give a backstory in this movie as to what the villain actually wants. So minor spoilers here. I guess it's that he was going after Jennifer Lopez at the beginning. He didn't kill her. He stabbed her in the pregnant belly. The kid lived and now he's going after the kid, but like why? You know? The movie never answers the question of why this is happening. The motivations for the villain are not clear, and that is something that is really lacking in this movie. I'm not going to sit here and say that this was a terrible movie. I don't think it's as bad as critics are saying. It's got a 44 on Metacritic. I think same score on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's a little bit better than that, but it is one of those movies that you can just throw on late night or throw on in the background while you're doing something, and just pay attention to like the cool action scenes that happen in the movie and some of the emotional stuff that happens in the second half of the movie. I'll say I enjoyed it with at least slightly more than half a bucket of popcorn. It's a solid enough thriller. It's not going to turn its heels or anything. It's not going to make me change my mind on Netflix, which they're even pissing me off even more now, getting rid of DVDs. Ugh. Jesus Christ, I hate that company. But that's my review of The Mother. So if you guys have seen The Mother, let me know what you think about it. Drop me some feedback in the comment section below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.